This is Axis and Allies 1914 on the 2LS channel, video number 19 and round 10. We're going to have a change of format from now on in, I think, simply because though the game isn't a done deal, it's moving on at such a pace that there's no need for such a elongated description of all the moves. Basically, all that's going to be happening, one moment, is the conglomeration of the Entente are going to be trying to squeeze in this direction, and the Central Powers are going to be going, hold on, in whatever language that may have been. So, also, with these being the only Russian forces left in the planet, and the Ottomans finally being wiped out of the game, there really isn't any need to make such a big deal of things as we have done before. So we're nipped back to Austria-Hungary, which is the start of the turn. They're buying infantry artillery. It's a standard move when you're trying to hang on for dear life, and they're going to be making a few movements but not any battling. Now, quick reasons why. There are so many Brits coming through and a resupply point quite a way away, but there are more Brits coming down from the Suez Canal, Transjordan area. The best thing I think for Austria-Hungary to do is to withdraw from the regions that they have nabbed and try to hold on to their home states. It does mean they will be giving up some IPCs fairly rapidly, but the other way of doing it was to be moving units down from Vienna round through Trieste into Serbia, Romania, and trying to hang on to what isn't your own ground, which then takes units away from the Trieste-Tyrolia area. Once again, from the Venice, we are going to be withdrawing from Venice into Tyrolia. It's a state that we owned at the start of the game, start of the turn, so that we can withdraw to there straight away, no problem at all. And we are going to be moving this one plane into Tyrolia to give us a numerical air advantage should the France with their plane try to come through and help out any kind of an attack going this way. I forgot what I was doing for a second there. All the infantry are going to be moving into Tyrolia to support that, and all the artillery bar two will be moving into here. The rest of the other two will be moving into Trieste. That is it for Austria-Hungary. They will have 35 IPCs at the end of this turn, and their reinforcements will go into Vienna. There's a few holes for them to block. I shall make that look a little bit pretty and tidy. The next thing that's going to happen will be the German move. Russia are doing nothing down here, and it will be an attack from Hanover into Munich. With Germany now, we're at the stage where we're moving things quickly forward. Stuff from Karelia is moving down into Moscow. Reason being, we don't want the Brits who are down in Sevastopol to get any ideas of having a little walk up this way. We may even be more aggressive and come down and try to protect the Ukraine. We'll have to see what happens there. The big battles down here in central northern Europe. The 7 guys from Berlin are moving into Kiel. 5 of the infantry that are in Hanover will move into Ruhr to help bolster that region. The rest of the guys from Hanover, which is artillery, infantry, tanks, the whole works, and the 1 plane from Berlin are joining the 3 existing units in Munich. And these guys from Berlin are going to be moving down into Hanover to back up that region. It's on the board, it's ready to go. I will see you there. Here it is on the board, ready to rock and roll, apart from we are short of enough dice to put the 12 French artillery on. I know it sounds like a lot having 12 artillery, but they've only got 5 infantry to absorb any damage, so they have to be a little bit prudent, the French. It's going to be expensive, we think, for them. However, we have to roll the air battle first. Baron von Richthofen III, the German pilot, gets in there and shoots himself in the foot there, I think. The 2 French pilots come in and say, Mon ami! And they shoot themselves in the foot. Wow. Okay. German pilot again rolls in. He gets a hit. Nice. 2 French. What can they do? they can finish him off, smashed him out of the sky. Both of them got a hit. So, both of them lose a plane. Let me do that before I forget, because I'm always forgetting these things. I did think about buying a plane for Germany this time, but I didn't assign that because of need for more infantry. So that will give France air superiority. Their 12 artillery, up to 4s, that could be quite telling. In attack, Germany, with all their infantry, will support their artilleries. We have 16 at 3 or less. Expecting what, 8 hits, you'd imagine? It doesn't look that good. Oh, crikey O'Reilly. 1, 2, 3, about 6 hits. I think we've underrolled there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've underrolled by at least 2 units. Let's hope those tanks can... Well, they're going to be absorbing 4 hits as well, which is going to be a help, but can they do any damage? They can. They do 2 hits. Let's adjust the balance slightly. There's 8 damage done by the Germans, of which the French can't absorb any, and they only have 5 of the cheap units. So they're going to be losing 4 expensive units for a start. Okay, that's quite good. We do have enough to put dice on the board now for all of these French artillery, and it starts looking more impressive the more dice you put on. That is the 12 artilleries. We'll give their plane a flying shot first. It misses. We will give the 1 French tank a shot at 1 in defence. It shoots itself in its own tracks with a 6. And all its infantry are rolling at 3s. They get 2 hits. So as yet we haven't done any damage to the Germans because they got their 4 tanks to absorb. The rest of it, this is now the tasty part as far as the French are concerned. 12 dice, 4 or less. Again, it's a bit of a failure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 damage done to the Germans, but they absorb 4 for their 4 tanks. So that's 9 damage in total, my mistake. That means there's 5 damage been done to the Germans and 8 done to the French. I shall get that on the done up on the map and see you over there. France on turn 10 are not in a battling mood. It's they've got a supply line problem. We've been trying to avoid it as much as we can do. So simply all we're going to be doing is moving the Piedmont crew into Venice to help support the Italians here. Possibly thinking of moving forward and attacking later on. That's a bit iffy. However, the Alsace crew are going to be moving into Munich to support the guys there. There is only the 1 infantryman in there and only 3 that can move in. So we're going to have to wait a little while before these guys from Lorraine shuffle through, guys from Burgundy shuffle through, Paris shuffle through. You get the old conveyor belt system. I shall get all that tidied up. The only other moves will be the French boat that's out in the North Atlantic. We're moving the 2 Brits forwards. The 2 French ships that have come all the way around originally from Europe and done its own African tour are going to move themselves to America land, because America could do with a hand moving units, even though they haven't got any in there. This go, I should have been more like a Boy Scout and been prepared. So I shall tidy the board up for France and their movements. They're reinforcing just with infantry in Paris, and then after that it will be the Brits, and they're going to be moving big time into Holland and possibly attacking the Ruhr this go. Maybe even Kiel if I feel like it. We shall see. The UK on turn 10 are buying infantry, artillery, tank and a plane. That can be sorted out later on. The big thing that they're going to be doing is everybody that's in Holland, which is approximately 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry, 3 artillery and a plane, are going to be attacking the Ruhr. They're all moving forwards. They are moving 10 units on 5 boats across. That's the boats that are already in Sea Zone 10 go back to 9, pick up and then come back in again. So we have to roll 5 dice to avoid mined because we haven't taken the port of Kiel. We're going to assume, because we are moving mainly infantry but also artillery and a tank, we're going to be assuming that the first dice is for the artillery, so infantry and a tank. The next dice will be for the artillery with infantry, if you understand what I mean. I know what I mean. Have to avoid ones. Let's just see if we can do that. This is for the tank crew. They're getting in there. The ones with the artillery on, they're in there. Artillery again, they get in there just. Last one, the artillery. So all the infantry, artillery and tanks get in. It's just 2 guys now on a boat and they get in too. That just means we can cross 10 units across the channel into Holland. The battle that's happening over in the Ruhr, which is worth a big 6 IPCs if the Brits can do it, and I don't think they can on this turn. They have air superiority, so the 3 artillery that are already in the Holland moving into the Ruhr will get to go at 4s, raising 3 of the infantry up to 3s. So we are looking a little bit light, but when we don't achieve that, which we possibly won't this turn, the Americans that are in Belgium can come through and help us out. So British artillery first at 4s and get just the 1 hit. The infantry at 3s get 1 hit. We're very light here. And 5 at 2, and we get 2 hits, slightly made up for it, but not really enough. And the 1 plane, nope, that doesn't do anything at all. So what can the German infantry do? And there's 8 units in there, all at 3s, and they have rolled just enough. That's going to be a 1 when it falls over. Yeah, they've actually damaged the Brits more than we've damaged to them. So that's 5 off the Brits, 4 off the Germans in the Ruhr, which is over here. That would mean that this blue chip comes off as these units move in, and we said 4 off the Germans, so I shall adjust that up in a wee while, but you know what that's going to look like afterwards. And these 10 units, which is 6 and 3 artillery and the tank, will make 10. All get into Holland as the backup there. We're also unloading this guy from the French troop ship. That's going to get to there. We finally finished our move of the Canadians. And the guys here that are in Transjordan or on the boat in the Suez Canal, the boat's going to actually jump 1, 2 into the Med. The guys there are going to be dropped off in Albania. It's quite a jog through, but that is going to strengthen up the Italian position and free them up to move into Serbia, maybe even think about attacking Trieste, possibly. Constantinople crew, they're all going to move forward into Bulgaria. Again, the Italians are there as well, but it's putting a lot of pressure now on southern Europe. And the guy from Sevastopol isn't going to make the move into the Ukraine, because these Germans coming into Moscow could now threaten him if he's on his own. So the guy from Mesopotamia plays catch up. We've now got 2 guys in Sevastopol. It's not that much stronger, but it's strong enough to start looking like we're going to be rampaging through the eastern side of the map any time soon. Let me sort out the chip stacks on those British attacks against the Germans in the Ruhr and tidy everything up, and next we'll be up with the Italians. Italy, for the first time in a long time, are going to show some bite to go with their bark. They're actually going to get some artillery this time, along with some infantry units, and they are going to be moving forward in an aggressive manner. Ooh, Smyrna, down here. Oh, wrong way. Camera pinged, I do apologise. Smyrna is moving forward to Constantinople. Constantinople moving into Bulgaria. Bulgaria is going to move into Romania and steal the 3 IPCs. I'll adjust that later on. The guys from Greece are going to move into Serbia and steal 2 IPCs. I shall do that in a minute. However, the aggressive side, with the Brits coming across now from these units that came from Transjordan into Albania, these 2 infantry and 1 artillery are going to have a pop at Trieste, because they can do that, you know. And the guys that are here in Venice, 4 infantry, 4 artillery, are going to say, I don't care if you load your units into Tyrolia, we're going to ignore them. There was a good reason for Austria-Hungary putting the planes into Tyrolia rather than one into Trieste, one into Tyrolia, but I can't think what it is now. So the other, obviously, the filling in shuffle movements, into Tuscany, into Venice, and the new units will go into Rome at the end of the turn. So there's no more Italian units to move as far as I can remember. I will remember to do the IPCs at the end, I'm sure. But that battle is half on the board already. It's half on the board because I forgot to put the Austria-Hungary guys on. That is the Italian artillery, that is the Italian infantry, which will lift that number of guys. In reply, in Trieste, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 defending artillery, but there is 5, 6, 7 infantry. So they're going in light, that is for sure, but it's going to be painful. Because not only is it going to hopefully do some damage to Austro-Hungarians, it's going to take 4 IPCs from them, and it's going to take their eye off the ball. So the first thing we're going to do is amalgamate the Italian infantry artillery. I believe it's 10 dice, all at 3s, and a fair few hits there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a very nice middle of the road, half and half, and they're 1 naked infantry going in at 2s and gets a hit as well. So just about above average, but only just. In reply, all of those Trieste crew, I'm just double checking my count there, it is 4 infantry, 4 artillery rather, 5, 6, 7, yes, I am correct. This is all, camera's a bit wobbly today, this is all Austria-Hungary in defence, all at 3s, and there's loads of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they've slightly beaten the Italians, but it's a valid move and it's a strong move, and I'll divide that up and I'll show you the result in a wee while. Well, the round ends with America. This is their purchase. Quite a lot of infantry, artillery and a tank. Lots of IPCs to spend. I'm sure the Dow exchange will go through the roof after that. We're going to be doing the usual American shipping shuffle, with these units getting themselves to the mainland, these units on the boats getting themselves to Belgium. The boats that are in the English Channel will come back into the Mid-Atlantic. You know the score. It's frustrating and slow to do, but it's necessary. The big battle, however, will be everybody that's in Belgium. All these Americans that are currently there at this stage are going to roll forward into Ruhr and finish off the job that the Brits had started. It's on the board. It's very scary for the 4 Germans that are there, because whatever damage they do will be absorbed by the American tanks. C'est la vie. So we have 9 artillery units promoting 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry. I mean, that's just one big bad bash. When looking at 4 hits, I'm sure the Americans can do that. 1, 2, 3, done deal. Absolute done deal. And 4 form. The Germans roll back in. They get 2 hits. They're completely absorbed by the American tanks. that is it all done. Apart from removing these Germans from here and rolling that forward and tidying things around. That will be the end of video number 19 and the end of round 10. I hope you enjoyed the slightly speeded up version that has come about because of the position of the game. Video number 20 and round 11, again, it won't see the end of the game, but it'll be another big step towards the Entente taking a victory over the Central Powers. I will see you then.